I've been really busy lately, but we might as well continue this, so let's go. I've seen a lot of people use clay for the limbs of their Lego figures, but it's not really meant for everybody. But this video right here is why some people just gotta do it, because it just makes your stuff look so much better. Visually and all the movements in this video are very well done. I gotta give you props for the gun blast you have in this video. Not only do you have the right pieces for it, but you also have the right lighting for it, and that's a really rare combo. You'd be surprised how little people can do that. Not even I do that. That's all good and all, but there's some things here that could still be improved on. Like especially in the ending of the video, like the framing just stops doing its thing. It begins to stress my eyes on where my eyes are supposed to be looking at, and that's mainly because it loses its direction. You always gotta watch out for that, because that's the key part of why cinematography does what it does. And mainly this is right before the bomb is thrown and the camera's just way too low. And something else I'd recommend for you is to just speak louder in your videos. I don't know if it's just because of where you live, but like just try to find a place where you can speak louder, or you can just learn how to have a stronger voice. Like right now I'm filming and everyone else is asleep, and instead of speaking really loud, I just know how to direct my voice to make it sound more clear. Still a very solid video to begin today, so we're starting off with a 7 out of 10. There are some really good shots in this video, especially the ones that take place in a bridge. But then at the same time, we have this big issue I've been telling everyone since I've been making YouTube shorts, which is to watch out for the headroom. When you film, you gotta see how much of the space is not being taken, because usually you don't really notice it when you're filming, but once you actually watch the video, you can see how much extra room you have that's just filled with nothing. It doesn't mean you have to block it all the way, because that's also a bad idea, but just have some space for the air above the character's head, but not to the crazy amount which is like half of the screen. It makes sense for the very wide landscape frames in this video, but there's some parts where it's just like close up and you can still notice it. But I can't take away that you have so much footage here, and to have all of that and it's still having creative moments in between is just actually fascinating. This video is literally 4 minutes of just straight up unique shots, and for that alone you have my respect. We're getting stronger now. Because of all the unique shots for 4 minutes straight, I have to give you an 8.5 out of 10. This video was just absolute chaos. I've already reviewed it in the short term, but I also wanted to make it in the long term reviews because there's just some more things I can say about it. I absolutely love the orangish red look you gave in the second half of the video. But for the music score, the thing that damages it, it's not like you're choosing a bad song, it's that it's too recognizable, so it kind of removes it from the video itself. That's an issue I also try to avoid in my videos, is that I try not to use too many recognizable songs, because then it just takes you out of the video. And by that I mean, like, you're watching a video, right, and then you notice the song that's playing is from something else that you remember, and you're like, oh, I remember that, and that takes you out of the video for a second. So even though the montage was perfectly fine, it's actually the stuff outside of the montage that kind of damage it. If you can find the time, you can just try to discover new music and throughout the internet from just like different realms, or like straight up just different genres you never heard of, or like something that's really underground. And the good thing about choosing a song that, let's say, that no one knows about, is that they're not going to be thinking of anything else unless you want them to. But yeah, outside of that, I just can't express how much I love how your visuals went in this video. Great job on that. Another 8.5 out of 10. This part right here is a super easy fix. When you have someone shoot a gun, not only do you have your body swing back, you also have to have like the gun swing back on its own. If you can add a delay, it just makes it feel so much more realistic, and it just makes it feel like if it's actually being shot. The intensity of it not being able to be fully controlled makes it feel real. And also, if you haven't already, just make sure that you're filming on manual, because I noticed that some parts of the video just accidentally, I assume it's accidentally, just overexposes. But I got to give it to you. The dialogue and all that, it makes the video so much funnier than it should be. And I also want to return back to what I said earlier on about like music being recognizable. For a comedy video, for example, here, having the music be recognizable can actually help out the video, but only if your video is not forcing you to be like all the way immersed. Like when a video is serious and then like you want to feel immersed, the worst thing you can do is make them think outside of what's going on in the video. But like when a video is a comedy, you can get away with it because no one's taking it that seriously. I do, however, believe I did mention this in the short, maybe I haven't, but when you film, you just gotta know what kinds of light you're using, because every now and then, like, you get these bars that go up and down. I don't know the names of them, but usually get this with like older lights. Try to avoid those kinds of lights because it kind of ruins the images. It's better to have a light that, like, I think it's the refresh rate. I don't even know what it's called for real lights, but you can tell that some specific lights have that issue, so just always double check on what kinds of lights you're using. And yes, I'm aware that bass boosted comedy has not been like mainstream since like 2018, but in this video it just works because everything just jokingly becomes more serious in the ending, and it's just so funny. Great job here. 8 out of 10. Spoiler spoilers for the next video, but I just don't even know what to say. This video was absolutely phenomenal. No one had any plot armor at all. Mad respect for killing everyone in your video. That's actually amazing. Like, choreography was just absolutely amazing. Everything was super easy and clear to look at. And to top it all off, you actually had an original idea. I've never seen this. I've never even imagined this for myself. This is something out of Pixar and then like twisted a bit. So, I don't know, like Sausage Party. That's probably a terrible example, but that's the closest thing I can relate it to. The only complaint I have is that later on, and like in the very end of the video, the Milk character, his volume is just way too loud. Outside of that, everything including the voice acting was absolutely top notch. Whoever did the narrator just put his A game into this. This video is completely underrated. You guys need to watch this yourselves. 9.9 out of 10. When did you guys just become psychopaths? This is another guy who just wants to kill everybody. I already reviewed this one in YouTube Shorts, but I just gotta continue talking about it. Make sure your camera's in focus. I recommend buying a macro lens. I probably say this every single time I make one of these videos, but I just can't express how useful they are. You can get really close up, and that would be amazing for like some close-up shots of people just trying to stay still. And I love the creative liberties you did in this video, because like since we began in a war and they did not consent to be in the Squid Games, we got extra time to just see them in battle, and that's actually kind of cool because now we can see that you can actually perform a battle. And you have really good skills for a guy with only 135 subscribers. What just hurt to watch was watching people that were so close to making it and they just straight up got killed. That was not a part of the show, I believe, when they were that close. So I didn't even expect it. And also, I really liked the thing you did where like the guy just moved, but then the camera just noticed someone else moving. So the guy accidentally got saved by like a software glitch. That was also not in the Squid Game show, but what you did just made it even better. It's very rare to actually feel tensed up for a Lego video. Quick pause. I think I just won the lottery. I mean, like out of all the videos I'm checking out today, hardly any have any critical issues. It kind of feels like living in the hood and then moving to a gated community. Like you're just not prepared to see all this. So yeah, great job, guys. Let's see if anyone can beat the Backrooms guy from a few videos back, if you guys can remember that. The masking here was absolutely splendid. I've tried the nanotech technique for videos before, but like this is just a mile ahead. I would try to add more range of motion with like jumping, because like with some parts that you added, I know it would be really hard to move the limbs, especially like when Iron Man broke Spider-Man's suit, because there was obviously no way we were able to move the arm that way. So yeah, adding like a Mario jump could have helped you out there. And I also know that you have the masking skills for that. And yeah, I know what I'm just gonna say right now is gonna sound so nitpicky, but there's hardly anything to critique throughout this entire video. And I don't mean this one, I just mean like throughout every video I've been watching so far. I kind of have to critique something, right? In the final strike, when Iron Man, I believe it was Iron Man that hit Spider-Man, you just forgot to add a sound effect. See, I know it was gonna sound nitpicky, but again, I have to do my job. And the final transformation right after that was just also amazing. But I guess I'll give this video a 9 out of 10. I know, right guys? Such a low number. But no, jokes aside, this was a really good video. This was such a heartwarming video, I just don't know where to begin. So far, this video has easily the best story. I'm gonna be vague in some parts because I want you guys to first off finish this video pretty please, and then watch this guy's video, because sometimes the video is just that good. I believe you were using a macro lens throughout the entire video, and I really like that it was not just being done for the video to look good, but like visually, it just added more to some scenes. When either the lighting is very natural or when the colors get very surreal, it always looks really good. And I noticed that sometimes people go too extreme with the surreal colors that it just becomes hard to look at. You were actually able to keep it balanced here, and I really like that. I was also not prepared to have a sick ass fight scene right after like the most emotional part of the video. Also, yeah, this video does do the thing that I mentioned earlier, that like he has a popular song, so it removes me from the video a bit. And since the scene it takes place in kind of makes you want to be immersed in it, it kind of does, yeah, take away from the video. But there is the part I'm confused on. How does the villain just get away with it? Like, I get the message of the video, but like I feel like you could have just done something to like harm the bad guy. I don't know, maybe I'm just becoming a psychopath like the rest of you guys. I would give this video somewhere between a 9 out of 10 or something like that, but I genuinely enjoyed this video so much, I'm just gonna straight up just give you a 10 out of 10. Because we can talk about percents and all objective stuff and how good something is, but sometimes you just enjoy something enough that you just want to give it a 10 out of 10, and that's this video.
It was real, wasn't it? You and me.
Alright, so there are flaws in this video, but it's still a really funny video. Just because I was glazing everyone else does not mean I hate this video because I'm not glazing it the same. I can tell when you want to overexpose parts in this video, especially in the ending. I understand where it's coming from, but like earlier on, there were some parts I assume it's because of the lighting you're using. I filmed with lamps right on top before, and I know this exact struggle. In parts like that, you have to make sure that you're lowering the settings for the brightness even more, just to make sure it matches everything else. But this voice acting here is actually really good, especially for the Batman. So the first 15 seconds, especially with Batman speaking, were absolutely peak cinema. It just kind of sounded like Batman mentally lost it once he got a hold of a gun. But I just really love it. Great job on that. Yeah, this is peak cinema. 7.9 out of 10. Alright, this video right here is way more traditional, so it's way easier to review. Alright, so all the moves done in the choreography were absolutely badass. Let's begin there. And especially, and I mean especially, when the Mandalorian saw the grappler in Batman's hand and decided to kick his way out of it. That was actually so cool. I don't want to sound like a cornball, but like, yeah, that had aura. Great job showing Batman's quick thinking. Like, throughout the video, it didn't feel like he was ever getting nerfed to fight the Mandalorian. It always felt like those actual characters were fighting one another. Maybe the Mandalorian got buffed for this video, but yeah, it really felt like they're actual characters knowing what's up. I don't even know if that was your intent, but it was really well done. 8.2 out of 10. And yeah, here's the last video, and I don't even think I'm in the level to critique it. It's kind of like how in Minecraft, when you're doing something and you just know you don't have the right pickaxe for the situation. Having a gold pickaxe when you're supposed to be mining obsidian. That's this video basically. So yeah, an easy 10 out of 10. It's pretty spot on to the actual movie. Alright, so for now, that's it for today, guys. I will be taking more for the next one. I don't know when the next one will be because I'm gonna be really busy, but yeah, that's enough for today, guys. Like, subscribe, and share, especially share. And see you guys next time.